Hi, people of the Philippines and people of the world. Hit the button below. And you will be subscribing to the Boy Abunda Talk channel on YouTube. Let's keep talking.
Nung nakita ko si Miss Marian Rivera sa panel of judges, I saw her cheering kahit hindi daw pwede. I used to be so insecure about my legs and people told me that I should walk a certain way to hide my leg gap. And then yung gold na gown, dream ko talaga siya. Iniisip ko before the preliminary interview. Pag tinanong ako, what is the color of a phenomenal woman, sasagot ko talaga, gold.
Nawalan ka ba talaga ng bagahe? Did you recover it? What is the story? Sino para sa'yo yung pinakamalakas? Kung kumbaga may babantayan ka, ito. May mga ganun ka. Were you disappointed when you did not make it to the top 3? Hi, Bea.
Hi, Tito Boy. How are you?
Maraming
po?
salamat. I am good. How are you? Welcome home.
Thank you po. I'm very grateful po na and relieved na finally nakauwi na, and I still can't believe na natapos na po yung competition finally.
And you did very, very well. And you made everybody proud in this country. Gusto ko pag-usapan ng Pasko dahil ilang araw na lamang ay Christmas na. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Boy.
Bea, how special itong Paskong ito?
It is very special po, especially that I came home as long as I could remember. The only plan I had for 2021 is to graduate from the program that I'm taking right now. And here I am achieving so much for the entire year, not only for myself, but also for the entire country. So this is very much special and unexpected po for me.
But Bea, when we talk about Christmas, ano yung mga hindi mo malilimutang mga Pasko sa buhay mo?
When my grandparents were still alive, kasi I grew up with them. My mom, she raised us by herself, but when she had to work full-time, she was only taking good care of my sister, and I had to live with my grandparents. So my most memorable Christmas experiences were the ones that I had with them. Those were the times na we were all gathered together. My mom and my sister would visit me in my grandparents' house, and ang saya-saya po naming lahat. Kahit simple lang yung celebration namin, as long as magkakasama kami, masayang-masaya na po ako doon.
Nagsisimbang gabi ka rin ba? Katulad ng iba? Tell us more about it.
Yes, nagsisimbang gabi po kami, and then we, after we attend masses, bibili kami ng mga kakanin. And then, on the day of the eve of Christmas, yung lola ko, tutulungan namin siya gumawa nung specialty niyang sumanlatik. So yun po yung hindi ko malilimutan nung childhood days ko po during Christmas.
Pero the days before Christmas, di ba yung mga bata sa probinsya, ako naranasan ko yun yung they go to different houses and then sing Christmas carols. Yan ang medyo hindi mo na ranasan.
Yes, kasi nga po, it was my lola's dream to for me to become Miss Universe. So ayaw niya akong magkapeklat nung bata pa ako.
May mga ritual ba na ginawa ang lola dahil pangarap niyang maging beauty queen ka?
Naalala ko po dati, sinasabi niya sa akin na dapat kumain ako ng kamatis para mag-red yung lips ko, or squash para mag-brighten yung eyes. Tapos pag may yung mga ganon, yung kalamansi na ilalagay sa tuhod and sa siko, or yung sebo de macho para sa peklat, yung mga ganon.
Lahat yan ginawa mo. Lahat yan sabi ni Lola. Pag Pasko, pumupunta ka rin sa mga bahay ng ninong at ninang para mamasko katulad ng ibang mga bata.
Konti lang po yung ninong at ninang ko. Yung mga best friend lang po ni mama. And they're overseas po kasi. So nagpapadala lang sila. And I could still remember yung mga gifts nila for me were all yung Bible na pambata na may caricature. It was usually like that. And I grew up also with my lola reading the Bible to me every night. And one of our traditions every Christmas is manood nung Jesus of Nazareth, yung birth ni Jesus.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Tito Boy.
Let's talk about Miss Universe 2021. Pag alis mo ng Pilipinas, Bea, did you have a game plan?
I know I was already prepared with all of the trainings that I had, but ang nasa isip ko lang when I was on my way to the airport was that I was going to enjoy this experience. I want to learn from the other girls as well and make friends, connect with them, build a network with these girls. But I did not consider it as a competition itself. I considered it as a learning experience po talaga most of the time. And I know it's a competition, but I can only do my best. And choosing a winner for Miss Universe will only be up to the judges.
And again, congratulations. Hindi ako mapapagod sa kasasabing congratulations. Okay, pagdating sa Israel, napakaganda ng iyong kasuotan. I saw the photos. How was that experience? Nawalan ka ba talaga ng bagahe? Did you recover it? What is the story?
Yes, when I got there po, I remembered collecting all of my luggages from the conveyor belt. I took a picture of it. It was complete. And then when we got into the hotel, our bags were delivered inside the room kasi we went right away to quarantine. So we were given rooms individually bago kami binigyan ng roommate. And then when I saw na yung na-deliver sa akin were only the boxes that I had for my national costume and 3 other luggages, which was supposed to be 4. And then it was missing for 2 days. I couldn't connect with my supervisor because she arrived late also. So hinanap ko siya through the management of the hotel. Pinuntahan ko yung luggage area. After my quarantine was done, pinuntahan ko agad yung luggage area and wala siya doon. So kinabahan ako ng sobra kasi most of my OOTDs were there. And then nakausap ko yung security head and sinabi niya na nahanap na nila yung luggage. After 2 days, I was very grateful to them. Nasa loob lang pala siya ng isang kwarto na hindi occupied. So binuksan nila lahat ng rooms. Tinanong nila lahat ng girls kung na-mix up ba siya anywhere. Pero andun lang pala siya sa isang room na hindi occupied. And I was very glad na nahanap nila.
Okay, upon arrival in Israel, may mga Pinoy na nagtatrabaho sa airport?
I saw a few and they were very happy to see me there. Ang daming nagpa-picture and parang proud na proud po sila. And before coming to Israel, alam ko naman po beforehand na marami talagang Filipinos doon. So I was so excited to see a kababayan in a foreign country. So sobrang saya ko po talaga. And yung supervisor ko po sa Miss Universe, Filipino din siya. So sobrang saya ko na may Filipino akong nakakasama my entire journey.
Pagkatapos nun, you started to meet the girls. You made friends. How did you discover who your roommate was?
Yes, si Miss Singapore po, she was supposed to train with me here in the Philippines but she wasn't able to because of the pandemic. And I was lucky enough to see her at sa airplane pa lang, nagkita na kami and then we went down to the airport together. But there were some other girls who were with us. I remembered Venezuela, Nepal, Argentina, Cambodia. And sabay-sabay kami pumunta lahat sa hotel. And when we got there, individual kami ng rooms in the first few days. And then sinabihan lang kami na we already got a roommate. And I was so happy that it was Singapore kasi we already had a connection before the competition started. We knew each other online and then we met at the airport. And sobrang saya ko na siya yung naging roommate ko. She's younger than me. She's only 21. Nandita. She's a very sweet girl and sobrang talino niya. And nagka-click kami kaagad and similar pa kami ng traits. Yun talaga yung one of my worries na baka hindi ko makasundo yung roommate ko. But I'm very happy na we didn't even have to make an agreement kung ano yung arrangement namin sa room or sa schedule sa bathroom. My roommate is Singapore, but yung groupmate ko is Nepal and India and Singapore. So in Jerusalem, may connecting doors kasi yung room namin. Binuksan namin para parang roommate na din kami.
Oo, para magkasama na kayo sa isang room. Okay, so that's the reason why some people had the impression na Miss India was your roommate. Sino pa yung mga naging kaibigan mo?
Sobrang naging close ko po si Armenia and Vietnam and Portugal. And in the last few days of the competition, naging ka-close ko din po si Namibia and Ghana. si Norway and Spain. Naka-close ko sila and they all gave me gifts. Si Miss Korea. So kami lahat, naging sisterhood talaga yung Miss Universe. Hindi na siya, for me, it's no longer a competition. It's just a sisterhood.
And then you went around Israel. How was it?
Unfortunately po, there were some places na we would have wanted to go pero hindi kami nabigyan ng time kasi we were divided into groups and we were only assigned a few tourist spots to go to. I was able to visit the Tower of David and yung Rahat and Arad. But yung pinakatumatak sa akin was the Bedouin community in Rahat. Sobrang na-touch po ako doon kasi the story behind it pala is that the Bedouin community, sila yung mga nomads na nagta-travel through the desert and they didn't have healthcare services or wala silang citizenship, wala silang benefits and privileges. So what Israel did was they adopted the community and gave them a city to live in, which was Rahat. And we experienced living in their tent, what it was like to be a nomad. So nasuot namin yung dress nila, na-experience namin gumawa ng food nila, and sobrang saya po ng culture nila.
Yung tent sa Eilat, talagang it rose from the ground. Tama yung kwento?
Yes, sobrang na-impress po kami kasi it was really just a port kung saan yung mga ships, like cargo ships, nandun sila lahat. And parang if you see it at first, parang walang event na nangyayari doon. Pero pag nakita mo yung loob, sobrang impressive ng structure, ang laki-laki niya, and ang bilis nilang nagawa ng structure.
Pero pagpasok mo, talagang napakaganda.
Yes, it was beautiful.
That was one of the best Miss Universe stages in recent years. Napakaganda. Let's talk about the pictorial. How was that?
We were assigned brands lang po to do photos with, and me, I was chosen to do photos with Muba, yung official cosmetic partner ng Miss Universe. And I was very happy kasi yung inspiration and yung creative design ng aming photo shoot was inspired by extinct animals. So yung ad nila was something about the environment, which was also timely for the Miss Universe competition kasi yun yung isa sa mga theme nila, how to take good care of the environment. And then I also did one photo shoot or a video shoot na nirecreate nila yung look ng mga past queens, and they did to me yung makeup ni Miss Pia Wurtzbach. And sobrang na-impress po ako na nakuhang-kuha nila yung look.
Wow!
Yes.
Puntahan naman natin, Bea, ang closed-door interview. Nabalitaan namin yan, but hindi namin masyado alam kung anong naganap. What happened? How was it?
All of the girls, I saw everyone. We were anxious the entire day. Even me, I was so nervous about it, but I knew already so much about myself, and I was quite confident that I will be able to answer all of the questions. And when we got there, it was not as we expected it to be, because in the past years, what they did was that they had two sets of panel of judges, and then simultaneous siya na mag-exchange, and we get to know the judges personally. But in our case, since yung mga judges namin were quarantined right after they arrived, we never got the chance to speak to them personally. We were only given 3 minutes to answer a few questions, and they recorded our video and they sent it to the judges to watch.
What was your question? Or what were your questions?
I was asked to elaborate more about my bio, and they asked me about my advocacy, which was about helping the children in conflict with the law, and what I would suggest to the government, certain programs that I would suggest to them. And yeah, that was pretty much it. When we got in, hindi na kami tinanong, they didn't ask us to introduce ourselves. They went straight to the questions.
Gusto ko yung sinabi mo, Bea, na tiwala ka sa sarili mo na masasagot mo ang mga katanungan because you know yourself very well. Di ba yun yung pinag-uusapan natin madalas? Core. Stay there. Di ba? Stay true to your core dahil hindi ka mawawala. Alright, so let's go to the preliminary night na napanood namin dito sa Pilipinas.
Yes.
How was that?
So sobrang saya po ng experience kasi yung feeling namin hindi lang siya preliminaries, yung feeling namin finals night na talaga siya. So we gave it our all. And that was our first time doing an entire performance sa stage. Kasi yung rehearsals namin, ginagawa siya bit by bit. So kunwari, i-rehearse namin today yung top 16 or i-rehearse namin yung selection of top 5. Tapos mag-break kami. Hindi siya yung buong program na ni-rehearse namin. That was the first time we were going to do it. And na-excite kami with the outfits, yung sa opening introduction part, tapos yung swimsuit. That was the first time na kaming lahat makakapaglakad sa ramp ng buo. And sobrang saya nung experience. I saw all the comments after the preliminaries na hindi daw ako nag-transition with my emotions. So, yung feeling ko kasi that night was sobrang saya ko lang. Kaya nakasmile ako the entire time from the moment I went out on stage hanggang nag-exit ako. Lalong-lalo na nung nakita ko si Miss Marian Rivera sa panel of judges. And I saw her cheering kahit hindi daw pwede, kahit bawal daw silang mag-cheer. I saw her cheering for me, lalo na nung nakita ko ang daming Filipinos sa audience, kahit preliminaries pa lang, na tinatawag nila ako. And I can't help it talaga but smile. And kaya hindi ko nagawa yung transition ng emotions ko na fears, tapos smile, tapos fears ulit, which is what the audience would have wanted to see. But I read through those comments and in-apply ko siya sa finals night.
Very good. So that's the story. Now I understand. After the preliminary, did you have an idea of what was going to happen next? Ang top 16, di ba, doon pinili?
Yes, during the preliminaries. We didn't really know what to expect during the finals night. We just rehearsed what it's going to be like when, for example, the top 16 is called. So, yung blocking lang talaga yung na-practice namin. But we didn't expect kung sino yung matatawag. Kasi,
you had no idea.
Yes, kasi pag tiningnan mo lahat ng girls, they were equally intellectual, equally gorgeous. So, hindi mo talaga masasabi kung there are times magsa-stand out this country and then there are days na ibang country na naman yung magsa-stand out. So we didn't really know kung ano yung hinahanap ng judges as Miss Universe 2021.
By this time, when you were doing the preliminary or even after the preliminary night, sa'yo lang, Bea, as a queen, sino para sa'yo yung pinakamalakas? Kung kumbaga may babantayan ka, ito. May mga ganun ka. Who do you think were the strongest candidates by
There
this
were
time?
actually a lot. Marami po talaga. But yung consistent na nagsa-stand out para sa akin is always Paraguay and India. And that's why I didn't wonder why they made it to the top 3. Top 2 of the competition.
So Miss India, what does she do?
Miss India is an actress and a model. And
Very young, no?
Yes, she's only 21 or 22, I think. And she's a Punjabi dancer in her community.
Were you happy with your gown during the preliminary night?
Yes.
Which was also designed by Francis, right? By Francis Libiran.
Yes. Sir Francis made 7 designs, 7 gowns. And then...
Lahat mo dala yun sa Israel o namili ka na dito sa Pilipinas?
Kasi some of the gowns weren't finished yet. So, yung nadala ko lang is 4. And then initially, I had my own personal favorite. But then when we did the photo shoots, nakita ko na iba pala yung dating ng ibang gowns. So, I was quite confused on which gown looked best on me. So, with the help of my team, sila Mama J and sila Mama Mikey, we did several fittings and ni-revise yung design, yung cut, hanggang sa na-perfect namin yung mga gowns. And I was very happy that I got to choose the red one for the preliminaries and the gold one for the finals night. Kasi yung red, when we started planning pa lang which colors I should wear, we already knew Sir Francis and the rest of the team agreed that I really looked good in bold colors. Kasi during my Miss Universe Philippines competition, I wore the parang indigo blue na gown and a red one also during the preliminaries. So for me, pinaka-powerful yung red color. That's why I wore it sa preliminaries. And then yung gold na gown, dream ko talaga siya.
Maganda siya.
Yes, dati pa nung Miss Universe competition, iniisip ko before the preliminary interview, pag tinanong ako, what is the color of a phenomenal woman, isasagot ko talaga gold. So sobrang saya ko na gold yung color ng finals gown ko.
And it looked good. Yung swimwear, did you get to choose?
Yes, we got to choose, but unfortunately for me, yung naiwan na lang when I got into the fittings were the one-piece swimsuits. Iba-iba yung design ng one-piece swimsuit, but tinry ko siya lahat with all the different colors. But I finally decided to go with the red one na ganun yung design. Kasi it was something similar sa preliminary swimsuit ko with Miss Universe Philippines. So I was quite confident with the cut and the design. Kaya yun yung napili ko.
All right. National costume. Gaano kahirap isuot? Gaano kahirap ilakad? Because it was gorgeous. How difficult? Wow, there it is.
Yes. Surprisingly, mas madali siyang isuot kaysa sa Miss Universe Philippines national costume ko. Kasi yung Miss Universe national costume was just parang an upgrade of my Miss Universe Philippines national costume. Yun nga, na-surprise ako na mas marami yung parts ng national costume but mas madali ko siyang naisuot. And we didn't know na ilalakad pala namin siya dun sa ramp. So kinabahan ako kasi especially yung shoes ko, sobrang taas niya. But sobrang happy ko na comfortable yung shoes and magaan yung skirt, yung dragon lang, I have to balance. Pero nagawa ko siya, na-perform ko naman yung mga poses na dapat kong gawin. And I'm very glad na nagustuhan talaga siya ng lahat. Even yung ibang girls na-impress sila ng sobra sa national costume ko. And I'm so proud na it was made by Cebuano designer.
Pageant night, 2:00 in the morning in Israel.
Yes.
May pahinga ba kayo? May nakapagpahinga ka ba? Or the other girls? Because 2:00 na madaling araw so that mapapanood kayo sa United States 7:00, 7:30 in the morning here in the Philippines.
So, during the finals night po, day of the finals, we were given a chance to have a break in the morning kasi our activities there usually start 6:30 a.m. But during that day, binigyan lang kami ng free time. Our schedule started at 4 p.m. So, the rest, in the morning, kumain lang kami, nag-prepare ng mga gamit namin na dadalhin for the pageant. And then, we took a COVID test. Some girls did a photo shoot. Yung iba had a chance na makapagpahinga. I did a few interviews. But then we never really got to rest well during that day kasi yung anxiety namin, yung excitement, naghahanda pa kami sa mga gamit namin. We were trying to make sure na walang maiwan kasi medyo malayo yung hotel namin sa venue.
You did your makeup, prelims.
Yes, I did.
And you did your hair.
Yes, I did.
You did your hair. And alam mo rin na marami ang comments about yung hair mo dito.
Yes.
You were able to address that because pagdating sa pageant, yung Bea na alam na nating lahat. Did you do it because you listened to the advice of people or how did you decide what hair, what makeup you were going to do during the pageant night?
During the photo shoot po na ginawa namin dito with the gowns, Mama J was already trying to decide kung ano yung best look for that certain gown. Kaya namin napag-decide na ganun yung hair. Kasi when we looked at the photo shoots, bagay na bagay yung hair sa gown. And mas kita yung detail, mas yung bangs mas na-frame yung face ko, mas na-highlight yung features ko. And yung inspiration din namin behind that hairstyle is Naomi Campbell, which was also the inspiration ng aking walk.
All right. But pageant night, you decided to go back to your hair.
the straight hair.
The straight one.
Yes, we already decided way before pa na
Na ganun ang mangyayari.
that was my most powerful hair, and we will save it for the finals night, and that's why we did.
And it worked. Entrance of the girls. Entrance of the girls. Main event. What were you thinking when you girls were all walking into the stage?
Paglabas namin, opening number, we were all so excited. Lahat emotional in the backstage. And during the opening number, yung introduction ko sa prelims, lahat kasi ng girls sumisigaw na. And alam ko si Mama J, ayaw niya yung nakasigaw ng Philippines! So, kalma lang. Just the right amount of energy that I need to properly introduce myself. Kaya ganun yung introduction ko. And then during the finals night, during our opening number, we really enjoyed yung dance steps namin. We were so excited to start the show right away. And at first, sobrang kinabahan ako. Lalong-lalo na nung tinawag na yung top 16, tapos napasigaw lahat ng mga Filipinos. Doon ako parang na-pressure, at the same time happy. Kasi sobrang dami ng Filipino sa audience. Sila yung nag-dominate sa buong audience. So, sobrang saya ko lang during that night na I know I could deliver my best because that's what the people deserve.
Okay. Mama J, ang mga kaibigan is Jonas Gafford. Baka nagtataka po kayo kung sino si Mama J. That's, of course, our friend Jonas Gafford. Nasabi mo na yung top 16. When Steve Harvey was calling the girls who made it to the top 16, what again were you thinking just before you were called?
Yes, I was one of the few girls who were called last to be part of the top 16, and I was really praying very hard na makapasok ako sa top 16 kasi that was the most crucial part na dapat ma-include ako dun sa list kasi for how many years yung Philippines always makes it to the first cut. So yun lang talaga yung sobrang pressured ako, especially ang daming Filipinos na nandun sa audience, and I didn't want to disappoint all of them. Kaya I really prayed hard na makapasok ako, and I was so relieved nung natawag ako sa top 16.
The questions asked after you were called as part of the top 16, did you have an idea of what was going to be asked?
So after for the top 16, we were only told na
Yung tattoo.
Yes, the top 16 question was just a casual interview,
Okay.
and we were told na hindi po siya part ng judging. So it was just to get to know us. But then the next few questions, like top 5, for top 5.
No, let's go first. After top 16, you went for the swimwear competition.
Yes, we had the
Okay.
swim.
So, kumusta na? How were you feeling? You saw the other girls, the 15 other girls. Anong tingin mo? May laban ba ito? Mga kaibigan ko, were you happy? What was your state of mind?
At that point po, I was no longer comparing myself to the other girls. I was just concentrating on my performance for that night. I tried to remember everything that Mama J and the rest of the team told me to improve on that I wasn't able to do during the preliminaries. So I just focused on that one, and I told myself that this is the last time you will be walking on this stage. So you have to give it your all and really feel the moment. So yun po yung ginawa ko during that night.
Okay, you were on stage, top 16, Miss Universe 2021. Did you expect to be called as part of the top 10?
With my performance naman po sa swimsuit competition, I'm really confident na I will be part of the top 10. Kasi alam ko I am one of the girls who has the best walks. I'm confident with that one. Mama J told me na I'm one of the Miss Philippines representative that has the best walk. So medyo naging confident po ako doon. And even the girls, they told me, kasi sila, they went through trainings and all, but they were still so impressed with my walk. And I'm very proud of that. Kasi I used to be so insecure about my legs, and people told me that I should walk a certain way to hide my leg gap. So for years po, sobrang insecure ko doon. And then this one girl, isang delegate, I think that was Miss Gana, who told me na, girl, you should have your legs insured. Sabi ko, ha, bakit? Sabi niya, you walk really, really beautifully. So, you should be confident with it. And dahil sinabi niya yon, mas na-boost yung confidence ko. And I know that it was one of my strongest weapons for that competition.
Ganda. Nakaka-inspire yung sinabi mo, Bea, because that leg gap has always been source of insecurity until you embraced it and used it as part of your strength, because nobody walks like you. So there was a top 10 and you went to the evening gown competition.
That was the only time I will be wearing that gown. So for me, cherish ko talaga yung moment. I slowed down kasi sabi ni Mama J during the preliminary, sobrang bilis ko daw maglakad dun sa red. So sabi ko, sige, if feel ko yung moment with the gold gown.
Pero tama naman si Jonas. Tama si Jonas.
Yes.
Napakabilis.
Yes.
Tama. Oo.
And ginawa ko na lahat ng transition ng emotion na gustong makita ng mga tao. So I tried to remember all of my trainings, and that for me, I wasn't walking there by myself, but I'm walking with my team and the rest of the Filipinos. So yun talaga para sa akin, yung moment ko was when I went out and I walked with a gold gown.
Announcement of the top 5. What were you thinking?
Doon ako medyo kinabahan kasi by that time, lahat ng girls na na-trim down into 10, isa na yun sa mga pinaka-best na girls na nandun. So I wasn't sure kung isa pa ba ako sa mga hinahanap ng judges by that time. So I was just praying the whole time, and naalala ko yung speech ng father dun sa homecoming ko in my university sa USJR sa Cebu. Sabi niya, parang my lucky number daw is always number 5. Kasi during I did my Miss Mandaue in 2015, and I was candidate number 15. And my Sisafi competition, I was also candidate number 15. And during Miss Universe Philippines, I selected question number 5. So parang symbolic sa akin yung number 5 lagi. And sabi ko, oh my God, top 5, number 5. So ito na yun. Baka pag pumasok ako dito, totoo talaga yung sabi ni Father. So naalala ko lang yun sa moment na yun. Tapos nag-pray lang talaga ako. And I was very glad. Ako pa yung pinaka-last na tinawag sa top 5. So sobrang relieved ako nung natawag finally yung Philippines sa top 5. And sobrang grateful ako na umabot ako ng top 5.
So confirmed nga si Father, di ba? Number 5 is a lucky number.
Ang galing ni Father, na-trace niya talaga lahat yun.
Father, maraming salamat. Okay, let's go to the Q&A. Ano yung nararamdaman mo? Ano yung iniisip mo?
I just try to remember what my beliefs are and where I stand in certain issues. Yun lang talaga yung pumasok sa isip ko. And I was quite surprised that I got that question. Kasi most of the girls were asked about children's rights or women empowerment or about climate change. So I was hoping the same question. But when I got the vaccination passport question, medyo kinabahan ako doon. Hindi talaga medyo. Kinabahan talaga ako doon. Kasi it could be political, and I could say something na people won't agree on. But then at the end of the day, the judges are just trying to look at where I stand on certain issues. And that's what I tried to remember. And that's how I came up with my answer.
Sabi ko lang, Bea, sana, kasi ang 16 is about the swimwear. Pinapanood mo ang contestants, tapos paano nila dinadala yung swimwear. Sa gown, it's the gown and how the girls carried the gowns. Top 5 is about Q&A. So it's just about a Q&A. And baka sabi ko sa susunod, I think judges need to deliberate. They need to take a look at, sinagot ba ang tanong natin? Kasi ang pag-uusapan natin, hindi lang yung forma, pati yung content. Di ba? But that is my personal opinion. And I respect the decision of the judges. I was disappointed na hindi ka nakapasok, pero that's what a contest is all about, di ba?
Yes.
Were you disappointed when you did not make it to the top 3?
No, I wasn't at all po. I knew I was able to deliver my best and I have no regrets with that. Wala po after I gave it my all, wala na po akong moment na ay sayang ganito pala, sayang. Walang ganun na moment. So alam ko na I did my best, especially nung bumaba na ako sa backstage and everyone just hugged me and sabi nung mga girls na iba na we wish you were part of the top 3 but that's okay kasi you did your best and you looked really great, you answered the question well. So panalo ka na doon.
And you made us proud. You made your country proud. So, yun ang kwento ng Miss Universe journey ni Bea. Bea, kindly say hello to all your supporters. Batiin mo sila.
I'm very grateful. Maraming salamat po. Daghang salamat sa lahat ng sumuporta sa akin, especially those who casted their votes during the competition and those who cheered for me, those who left work for me and yung mga nag-spend talaga to cast their votes. Maraming salamat po. I really appreciate your love and support and I hope that I made you proud with my placement in Miss Universe. I'm not doing this just for myself but also for you and sana masaya po kayo sa achievement natin. Thank you so much po and mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Bea, last question. Your biggest takeaway from this Miss Universe 2021 journey? Ano yun?
There's so much to learn when joining a competition. You think na when you get there, you are already equipped with everything that baon mo, yung trainings mo, yung preparations mo. But when you get there, there is still so much to learn and there's still so much to be inspired of, especially from the other girls, from the country that you visit, from the people that you surround yourself with. And it's very important that we do not close ourselves from learning each and every day. So every experience po talaga is a learning opportunity. Yun po yung nalaman ko dun, yung takeaway ko sa experience na ito. And this learning, I wanted to pay it forward to the next queens na magre-represent ng Philippines.
Bea, maraming salamat. Mabuhay ka. You make me proud. You make this country proud. And I can only wish you the best. Merry
Thank you so
Christmas
much.
and always take good care of yourself. Maraming salamat.
Po, and thank you so much.
Hi, people of the Philippines and people of the world. Hit the button below. And you will be subscribing to the Boy Abunda Talk channel on YouTube. Let's keep talking.